Hello Libra, welcome to your bonus reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. If you're watching this reading was meant to find you. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading, a volunteer, is you. And this Five of Swords sort of forced its way out of the pack, didn't it? You're somebody right now who is in the middle of a really big decision, right? I feel like there is just an overwhelming amount of mental energy swirling around, a lot of ideas, maybe a lot of possibilities, a lot of decisions that need to be made. It might be bordering on confusion right now, okay? You're somebody who is, you're always a very honest person, and I think that you always try to give people the benefit of the doubt. I feel like right now it feels like a whirlwind. It feels like you don't know who to trust, okay? You're usually very trusting. It feels like you don't know what to say even. You usually always know what to say, you know. So I feel that there's something very important going on in your life right now. Let's put this card into some context. Again, this card sort of forced its way out, okay? Let's see why. We've got a Two of Wands. We've got the Sun card. We've got a Six of Pentacles. And we've got the Universe card, or the World card. And we've got a Tower. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The Tower is going to be very important for you today. Libra, if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. All right, let's finish up with the Path of the Serpent here. That Tower card is front and center. We've got the Devil energy. We've got the Star. We've got a Two of Pentacles and Four of Wands. I like that we have a Two of Wands becoming a Four of Wands. I think that you are initiating the Tower, and then it's going to settle. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're initiating your will, and then it's done. It feels like a simple kind of 1-2. You do it, and it's done, right? The Tower moment, and then it's over. And then we're moving on, right? So what is that Tower moment for you? I feel like this is such an important moment for you. This Tower card is right in the center of the tarot table today. This is the axis mundi. This is the point around which everything else is circling today. It's the galactic center. It's the pole star. Abrupt change. Okay? I think this is the moment your life will change forever. This is the decision that will change your life forever, right? This is that moment. And I feel like maybe this is that big decision. This is why there's just so much going on right now, because this is the most important decision you've ever made in your life. Okay? And you know that by doing what I think your spirit is telling you need to do, there's still this resistance. There's still this the mental part of it we have to kind of get over, right? That swirling confusion, that's so many thoughts. We're trying to do the math on it. We're trying to figure out who to trust. We're trying to figure out what to say. It's kind of Spirit's way of saying, just do it. Okay, just do it. I feel like there might be an opponent. There might be somebody that you're up against. Yeah, does it feel that way at least? I don't know who that person might be. They may be an Aquarius person, maybe. We don't see any court cards here, though. So I don't know who the other folks are that this might be affecting. All right. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. The factor infinite and unknown. And we're going to set it down right here with Jimbo, the Lizard King, aka Mr. Lizard, right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and give us the confirmation. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. All right. Let's take a look around the room. You got a lot of major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is big. Okay, this is going to change. It really is going to change your life forever. Okay. The sun out in space, right, is the star, right? I like how I like how sort of macrocosmic we see things here. Okay. I think that you have this very strong sense of yourself, very strong sense of your identity and what you want and what you need. There's clarity in you. You can see your life in that big picture view. And you're ready to get out here and expand your life. You're ready to go explore the universe. You're ready to get on with your orbit out in the, the greater universe. It is your destiny. It is your driving force to achieve your destiny, to fulfill your destiny. And to do that, we're making changes. To do that, I think we really need this tower moment. This feels like a breakthrough moment. It feels like this is sort of the rocket ship that you're using to get to outer space, It could be really a leveling up, okay? The towers are always a little bit challenging because the towers are so abrupt. The towers are big decisions with big consequences that happen very quickly. And so there's challenge, there's disruption, there's a ripple effect, okay? And what I think it's affecting is probably the Six of Pentacles that's back here. This is harmony. You're doing something that's sort of upsetting the harmony here. And I wonder if that's sort of where your confusion lies, where we're sort of despairing, because it's just like, you need to do something, but you kind of feel bad that it's going to alter this dynamic. What if this is that perfect group and you're just kind of saying, I need to go be a solo artist, and everybody's going to be like, no, you're ruining a good thing here. Yeah, but it's something that you need to do. So you're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Okay? There's a difficult decision that is going to, I think, skyrocket your life and your progress, but it's going to upset the status quo. It's going to upset the relative harmony that exists now. Or yesterday. Because, see, this card is in the previous, this is in the past position. So it could be that there was harmony. There was beauty. This was something that was working, very successful. It seemed like it was on the right track. Okay. Seemed like there was a lot of light in this. It was shining bright, this one, right? Maybe the Five of Swords with our Two of Wands is you realizing that this was not the star. It kind of looks like one, but it's not. It's not the sun. It wasn't the star. The sun and the star are very similar cards. So we've got our majors. We've got some fire here and here. This is the beginning, this is the end. This is the problem, and this is now, there's resolution here, okay? So that's very good. Things are stabilizing again. Even if there is this tower moment, this big blow up, this could be, I don't know, it could take many forms. It could be an argument. This could be that moment where you really sort of abandon ship. You break away from this group or this life or this path that you were on, realizing that it may look like a star, but it was not. Okay? So the tower has a lot of side effects, a lot of consequences with this decision of yours. And your decision to go forward with your will is going to cause some disruption in your future. Okay? But it's going to settle down very quickly. So when we make this decision, and I do think you're going to make this decision in the affirmative, because I feel that there's no real choice for you. The divine energy is here. And it's kind of saying like, you got to get on board here. We're surrounded by this divine energy, and we can't say, oh, wait, no, I'm not ready. It's like, it's time to get aboard the mothership, It's going to cause some disruptions in your life. It's going to make some people mad. It's going to uproot things. It's going to shake the ground. It's going to disturb the dirt, the sediment that is settled. It's really going to rock the boat. Okay. But that disruption is going to settle down very quickly. And that's something that you really need to know, because otherwise we think, I'm creating this big tower event. It's not worth it. It's not worth how it's going to ripple out and affect everybody else and stir up all this trouble and churn up all this dirt and sediment in the waters, We wonder if the dust will ever settle. It will, and I think it's going to settle quickly. So let that not be a reason for you to say no to this, okay? I feel like there might be some sort of a clash of personalities or a clash of wills. It's almost as if there are two of you that are trying to be the leader here. And it's kind of like there are too many executive chefs in the kitchen. So we either stay here in this situation that I think it's not getting any better, or you make this move that is going to, you're just going to go be an executive chef in your own kitchen, following your own path. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is necessarily you breaking away from something else. What we could see here with the Six of Pentacles is that you're taking this Six of Pentacles to the next level. But there is confusion and there is an issue of leadership. Maybe this is the rocket ship. Maybe maybe we need to sort of get out of the Earth's gravity and really get to outer space. Maybe this is a business or some sort of effort or a collaboration that is really trying to get to the next level. There's something blocking that. I feel like it's an issue of leadership. It might be an issue of different people having different visions, or different creative sort of, everybody wants creative control, So there's some sort of a clash. There's something that's blocking the clarity, the certainty, the harmony. We sort of devolved, right? We look at this. We've got a 6 to a 5 to a 4. Something is going from relatively harmonious and successful to chaos to then, okay, it settles down. It becomes stabilized, right? I feel like you're being called on to really take charge here, okay, to be the leader. And I think that your destiny is greatly involved here. So we have our fire energy. We don't have any water cards, because I feel like there's no time for sentimentality. There's no time for feelings. There's no time for any of that kind of softness. Right now, what's being called for is sort of a trusting in spirit, letting spirit take the wheel here, right? Because of the spiritual energy, the major arcana that we have. Then we've got fire, a little bit of air, and earth. And that's interesting. Fire, fire, earth, and earth. It is Spirit's way of saying, you have to just do this. Don't let your heart or your mind interfere with what you're doing, because this is gonna blast you off into outer space. And yeah, it's gonna stir up some dust. Any rocket launch is gonna sort of kick up a lot of dirt, But that's okay, because of where you're going with this, right? And this is something that you are meant to do. You're meant to achieve your star. You're meant to become the star. Maybe this is, maybe this is you achieving your fortune and fame. Maybe this is you leveling up your business. Maybe this is you sort of taking off from where you began, where you sort of got your start, and now you're achieving greatness. And maybe the I do feel like the Six of Pentacles, because it's in the past position, I feel like this is kind of where you started from. And I kind of feel as if this is local when you're trying to go global, right? I feel like this was very good success, but sort of limited in scope, limited in size. And the tower is sort of breaking through this ceiling here, and you're getting to this wide open, infinite realm of success and possibilities. Yeah. But there's a battle taking place, and it might be an internal battle. Should I go or should I stay? Do I take this opportunity or not? Right? The Two of Wands could be inside of you, two different wills battling it out, leaving your mind very confused, not sure what to do. Because it's like half of you wants to go in this direction, half of you wants to go in that direction. This is a classic indecision here. And we could be talking about this Six of Pentacles in terms of this is what you have now, but you're being offered this prime investment opportunity, This is the decision that will change your life forever. This is the moment that everything changes. Whether you do or do not do, right? Nothing's going to be the same after this. So you have this harmony, the success now. Let's say this is material success, right? But there's something inhibiting it from growing further. This is just a 6. It's not a Wheel of Fortune. It's not a universe card. This is good. This is beautiful. It looks like a star. But there's more out there for you. So the decision really becomes, do I stay here, right? Or do I take this risk? Do I light this thing up and try to really make it big? Do I go for the big time? Do I go for the gold here? Or is this good enough? Maybe you're trying out for trying to go professional in some kind of a sport or something, right? And it's just like, you're very successful here, but then the decision to go after that professional, right, or the big league kind of thing, it's a scary decision, and it's a life-changing moment. Okay? Trying to think of some other examples, but it's just kind of like, the business that you have, it's very good in your community, but what if you try to scale it up? What if you try to really go, national with it or something, right? It's a big risk. We're talking a lot of growth very quickly. It's not slow and steady. It's overnight change. It's huge. It's like we have this option to go from something kind of small to then astronomical in the blink of an eye. And what do we always say I say on this channel very often, that if we try to grow too quickly, it leads to instability. It doesn't give us enough time to really put down roots. Doesn't give us enough time to adapt to the changing environment. We don't allow ourselves to acclimatize or acclimate, right? You're climbing Everest, and we're going to get to that with our goat energy, our devil card. Climbing Everest, you've got to go, however, you got a certain distance, you got to camp, you stay there for a while, a couple nights, a couple weeks, whatever, and then you go a little bit higher, and you wait it out, you get used to it, you acclimatize, right? This is like we are black, and even if we're thinking of water, going from a depth all the way up to the surface, you got to go slow, right? So you can sort of repressurize and that sort of thing, or depressurize, I guess. You don't want to get the bends, you know? So anything that happens too quickly has risks. Slow and steady is usually the name of the game, yeah. But this is something that is going to happen very, very quickly. How do we prepare for that? It's kind of like, you know, the limousine has showed up outside your door, but you haven't even showered or gotten dressed yet. You don't have your bags packed. You're still in your bathrobe. I mean, it's like, damn, I got to hurry, you know? Down beneath the surface, we've got this sun, or a star here. This is, to me, it feels like this is the star, because this is you. This might just be a star out here, right? But this is you. This is you knowing what you've got to offer the world. This is you knowing your potential. Staying here, I think, would have limited you. You would have had to dim your shine. You would have been a really big fish in a really small pond. The star needs to be out in space, right? I mean, it's the natural environment for a star is going to be in the universe there. Okay? But our human mind kind of needs some time to adapt. It seems good in theory to go from a star and be out in space, and that's it. That's the natural environment. This is where you're supposed to be. That's where you belong. You deserve greatness. You're destined for greatness. You were born for greatness. Sometimes it starts happening too quickly, and we start to wonder if we can adjust to the changing environment. Okay. So the sun underneath everything is you've always known that you were going to do great things in life. You always have known. But then when it starts to happen, and it starts to happen quickly, we get a little bit maybe hesitant. We get a little bit worried. It's stressful. 5 of Swords, stressful, right? But you have a lot of talent. You have a lot of skill. Success and wealth is your birthright. It is something that you're destined for. Okay? Now, the 6 of Pentacles was a very welcomed achievement. It was a very beautiful time. This was good. It wasn't a big enough environment to contain you all the way, though, right? Big fish, small pond. The universe is just the right size for you because it's infinite, right? So it's the perfect size ocean for you. I think that with the universe card at the top of the path of the dove, you maybe assumed there was more time for something. You thought that you would have more opportunity to prepare. You thought it was kind of going to be a slower process. But here it is, everybody's at your door saying, let's go, right? I'm getting that sense like you thought you had more time. Yeah. And so this becomes then that idea of, can I have a few more days? Can I slow it down? Can I delay the plan somehow? Yeah. I don't think you can. I think this is it. I think this is that moment. I think you've got to jump on board. You've got to get on the train. You've got to say yes. You've got to take advantage of this opportunity while it is here. Okay. Now, the universe card is also, it's something that's kind of makes us a little scared, I guess, right? Because it's an expanding universe. It's cold. It's vast. It's empty. It's lonely out here, right? You know, the idea of it's lonely at the top, right? And this is the mountain that the goat is trying to climb. And so there's now this thing of like, well, the more successful I get, the, the more my life expands, the more this work I'm doing, whether this is something career or something creative or whatever it is, the bigger it gets. What if I just start feeling more and more isolated? What if I get further and further away from myself, right? Because if the universe is expanding, the distance between stars is becoming greater. So this is something that it's meant to be a fulfillment of yourself, but we're starting to worry, like, what if I end up losing my sense of self? What if I end up losing connection with the people I love and the things that I like and who I am? And well, this is all the mind, the Five of Swords, looking for reasons to say no. Okay. The mind is looking for reasons to say no. I almost feel like this is happening anyway. Okay, and now we could sabotage it. I don't see that happening, right? I think that the mind has to eventually acquiesce and say, okay, fine, we're already strapped into the roller coaster, let's just go. I can't yell and holler and tell them to stop. When I was a little kid, this is an embarrassing story. I was a little kid. I don't know how old maybe 6, something like that. We were at an amusement park, my family, and my dad wanted to take me on these swings. You know those chains with the swings? They go really high up and they spin you around. I don't think I was even tall enough to go on the ride, but my dad wanted me to go on with him. So he went, sat down, and strapped himself into the seat, and I ran up there and I got in and I put the little thing down and I was getting ready, and then the person came around to check everybody, and it was going to start the ride, and I just started yelling, no, let me out, let me out, let me out. I want to get off, I want to get off, I want to get off. And they let me off, and I just ran. And I just ran away for that ride. I've been on those kind of swings since, but as a kid, I was just, no, I got to get off. And it's just, I don't know what the thought process was. It was just anxiety, right? It was just, I think it probably felt just like this. I think this describes that feeling. And I just had to get off, right? This isn't quite the same thing, because what would have been the benefit of that ride, those swings? I maybe would have had a better time, and maybe then, I don't know, maybe I would have enjoyed roller coasters more when I was a kid. But I think in your case, demanding to get off the ride now is really going to set you back. It's going to be a very strong source of regret if you don't take advantage of this. Okay? Really, because of this, it's your destiny, right? It is part of your path to do that, and I feel like that it is. We have to get over that mental worry, nervous energy, and we've got to get on. Now, this tower, this is that rocket ship to outer space, right? And there's sort of, it's almost like there's no getting off of this roller coaster. This is causing a lot of change in your life. I think it's changing every aspect of your life. And it's a lot faster than we thought. It's not the slow and steady progress. That would be maybe the death card. This is like that. Okay? The thing with the tower, though, is that it feels disruptive and scary, and it feels terrible in the moment. But the tower, usually the tower card leads to very good things. That's the strange, very good things end up resulting from this very abrupt and scary kind of change in circumstances. Okay? The tower sort of maybe is like the essence of the silver lining, that there is going to be this, it feels like a disastrous event, loud, a lot of shaking and rumbling, right? A lot of frightened people, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be for the best, right? And so I don't know exactly what the change is that you are going through. It feels like there is an opportunity in front of you that you're sort of reluctant to take, but you know you need to, because this is how you level up your life. This is how you get to the bigger pond, right, for your fish. Now, on the path of the serpent, more major arcana energies, the devil and the star. Okay. And as we talk about these cards, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. It supports the channel, and I appreciate that. Yeah. So the devil card, your driving force. This is that ambition. This is your general energy. You're somebody with an intense ability to climb the mountain, right? And yeah, maybe you thought it was going to take a lot longer to climb it. Maybe you thought that you would have time to acclimate, as you went up, and maybe you didn't anticipate your growth or your ascension or your progress being this fast. This is what you've wanted. This is what you're hungry for. Okay. I think the devil card here in your general energy, though, is also a bit of we feel tied to the life that we had before. And maybe that's the Six of Pentacles. Maybe there's a group of people, or it's just the sort of the hometown kind of feeling, right? That we feel there is a tie. There is a connection here that's sort of, it's keeping us anchored a little bit. It's in some ways holding us back. Okay. And I don't really want to think of it that way, though, right? And I don't think you do either. But I think that whatever this Six of Pentacles represents, it feels like you're sort of chained to it. Yeah. Because it feels that you're meant for better things. You could be, in this infinite universe, you could achieve this absolute, great success in your life. But it's almost, I don't know, it almost feels like we're obligated here. Or we don't want to leave this behind. Maybe there are friends or family here or something, right? And I wonder if it feels as if we're sort of achieving this greatness, but we're leaving other people down here, in the terrestrial sphere, while you're going sort of intergalactic, right? And it's a weird dynamic. Yeah. And I think it's some of those feelings that are giving rise to this trepidation. But in the environment, we've got the star. Okay. I think that you have a lot of people around you that recognize your skill and your talent, want to see you succeed. Okay. The idea that you are rising above sort of everything you once knew, it's not a reason for shame or guilt, right? It's not a reason to feel bad for the people that are not coming with you, They want to see you soar. They want to see you achieve your star, your rightful place in the universe, It's almost like you're getting a promotion at work, but you feel bad because your buddies aren't getting it. Or that you're being singled out for an award. You feel bad because it means other people didn't get it. Okay? And we can have those kinds of feelings, but again, there's no water energy here. So you're being told, don't be sentimental. Yes, you are a compassionate person. Yes, you want other people to succeed just as much as you want yourself to succeed, if not more, You're somebody that really does care about other people. But you're being told not to hold yourself down. Okay? Allow yourself to rise. Allow yourself to succeed here. I don't know what the situation is. Maybe it's something at work. Maybe it's something to do with your sort of personal creative work. Whatever your passion and purpose is in life. It is your destiny, right? And it even makes me feel as if you've always had this feeling, and other people I think too, have always had this feeling, oh yeah, they're going to be, that kid when they grow up, they're going to be an actor, they're going to be a writer, they're going to be a business, they're going to be a lawyer, that kid's going to be a doctor, you know. I feel like people always knew that you're going to do something really great, you know. And I find that that's encouraging, but it also puts a lot of pressure on you, you know. But this card in the position of your relationships, right? You're somebody that is going to stay connected with your people. You're not going to allow the universe to expand and then you sort of forget about where you came from. You forget about your people, your family, and your friends and all that stuff. No, I think you will find and continue to find ways to stay connected. Yeah. There's a clarity there, and I think you understand how important relationships are to you and to your sense of well-being. Okay? Now, the obstacle here is just the sheer change itself. Okay? It's kind of scary to go from something familiar to something unfamiliar. You got the Two of Pentacles in the position of your obstacle. Change. It's a fear of change. Okay? The obstacle for you is getting over that fear of change. And maybe we like it when it goes very slow, and we wish we could delay things, right? Because then the change is happening so gradually, we don't even know. It's not even really, we're not even aware of it so much that it's not so blatant that we can be frightened of it. But when something happens overnight, change like this, from nighttime to daytime, just like that, it's very obvious, very blatant, very in your face, and it's kind of scary. Okay? Your life is going to change very quickly. And there's a lot of trepidation. There's a lot of fear in that for anybody. You know, any kind of abrupt change has intense difficulties that come along with it. I mean, that's why it's a tower. Okay? But this is you breaking through your limitations. This is you breaking into the life that you are meant to have. You're freeing yourself here. Okay? Underneath all of that brick and mortar of that tower is your true will, is your true spirit and your creativity. You're seeing the truth and speaking your truth. You're using your voice. You are fulfilling your destiny. You are using your gift. Right? And we're not suppressing that gift. Because again, the sun underneath the surface, right? You know you're meant for great things, but you're just going to settle for this? I mean, the 6 is pretty good, but that's settling in your case, okay? So don't try to dim your shine. Do not try to suppress this star energy, because it's going to, if we do suppress it, it's going to make your life miserable. Okay? The only sin is to hold your Holy Spirit in. And the tower is you letting it out, being who you were meant to be, fulfilling your destiny, following your path, whatever that means to you, accepting the changes that are taking place, and knowing that it's part of your path, it's your fate and destiny. And I like the 4 of Wands at the end, because it's the 4 of Wands is just kind of like saying, hey, things are going to settle down. You're going to get into a routine. Things are going to be good. All this abrupt change, all this shaking, all the dirt and sediment, all the dust that gets kicked up, everything's going to settle, and you're going to get into a very nice sort of flow. It's going to become familiar. After this transition is complete, things are going to stabilize, things are going to get into a rhythm. Things are going to get into a nice, stable flow. Okay? And to me, this is very reassuring. Let's look at our mystery card. Yeah. I want water energy, obviously, right? We need some refreshment. We need to see that, okay, there's joy, there's peace, there's healing, there's health, there's a good vibe here, that there is joy and satisfaction in this for you. So I'm saying water. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments down below. 9 of Wands. Dang it. It's not water energy. It's the furthest thing from water energy, really. It's another confirmation. It's more reassurance. It's saying that, yes, this tower moment is going to hurt. Okay? You're going to get some bumps and bruises, but you're going to be okay. It's going to stabilize. This is good for you. This is where you're supposed to be. Okay? This is the right thing. This is not going to hurt you. It may feel a little painful, get some cuts, some scrapes, right? Some abrasions. But that's it. Because you're doing your will. Okay? And it's kind of saying like, look, it's going to be a bumpy ride. But it's the ride you're meant to take. Okay? And it's going to be totally fine. Yeah. And I know we sort of keep trying to tell ourselves that, but look at this. Anytime we get a 5, we start looking around for the 4. Well, we got it. Right? How many times do I say that? Every time I see a 5, I say, okay, there's got to be a 4 around here somewhere. All this stress is going to stabilize. You're going to get into the flow. Things are going to be comfortable. Things are going to be familiar. Yeah, it's going to be a difficult ride, but you're strong enough to handle it. And it is worth it because it is your destiny, all this spiritual, major arcana energies. This is intense. This is going to change everything for you. All right. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Libra are on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.